So it's getting later on in the afternoon and I don't want to start anything big, but there's a bunch of little stuff that I can do. One is put the air condition or defrost vent into the dashboard. So the instructions tell you to take these two screws out. And reuse them to screw in the duct. Now, I don't know, this doesn't look like a very good fit to me. It looks like they might have had a part for some other model, a car or something, that said close enough. It's really not a very good fit. And somewhere way back in this process, I said I was going to leave the dashboard out till last because I thought it would make it easier to access some of the other stuff that's underneath the dash. And I am changing my mind on that. The reason I'm changing my mind is I look at it, I'm not even sure these are going to be long enough. I'll tell you to reuse them, but let me get a manual screwdriver. I feel safer doing it that way. At any rate, as I was saying, I was going to put this in last. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought maybe that's not such a good idea, because I felt that maybe I'd have trouble getting this vent behind the I'd have trouble getting the vent behind the case that holds the evaporator and the heater core. These aren't long enough. That's just no way that's going to hold those in. The good news is, since I'm going to find new screws for there, I can use one of these to replace the screw that was missing on the original vent. So these screws were probably maybe a ½ inch long. Probably need to find something that's a number 8 3/4 of an inch long to hold that on securely. Couldn't find any washers that small down here, and I have them up by the house, but these will do. These are actually nuts that thread onto the screw. But once I put this in and get it started, it will hold that. Crazy. You'd think they'd be able to make a mold that fit that better. So even though I said that I'm not going to wait till the end to put this in because of fear that I may not be able to get this behind the box that holds the evaporator and that heater core. I'm not going to put it in just yet because I have a lot of electronic stuff where I have to run some wires, and it'll be easier to figure out where to run them if I have the dashboard out, and it might be easier to get to the fuse box. That's tough regardless, but the terminal on the fuse box that has the ignition, which means that it's on anytime you turn the ignition. It's on for accessories, it's on for starting, and it's on in the run position. So there's two things plugged into that already. One I suspect might have been the alarm system, but I have to find out what was plugged in there because normally that isn't used. It's there for you to add stuff. So I'm going to investigate that kind of stuff and decide where I'm going to mount things and run my wires before I put that dashboard back in.